Let's see what your animal energy is for March, my beautiful Libran butterflies. Beautiful. Okay. Oh, butterfly on the bottom. Okay. The crow. Absolutely perfect. So this is really auspicious. So the crow equates to a high priestess / magician hybrid energy of connecting with the aspects of yourself that are deeply rooted in your own intuition and self-knowledge, right? Going inside to access those hidden aspects, right? Because all of the answers that you need are inside you, Dorothy. It's very true. And then also the magician of knowing how to use all of the tools at your disposal in order to manifest the life that you desire and deserve, right? The crow is very much about whenever crows come a-cawing, it's a sign that you are on the verge of manifesting something that you've really been working towards, right? It's not quite there yet, but it's about to pop off. And it's a really beautiful, beautiful energy around that. But there's also an aspect with the crow that speaks of, synchronicities, repeating numbers. Crows are about high magic. So when this comes up, and it's interesting because we're talking about the twists and the turns and allowing yourself to go with the flow, whatever that may be. Well, this is making a lot of sense in terms of when we are in a situation where we are having to trust the path ahead, even though we may not see the forest or the trees at a given time or two, the universe will sometimes step in. Well, no, it always steps in. Really, we just don't always notice to ensure and comfort us that we are on our highest and best path, meaning increased deja vu, increased number of signs and symbols and synchronicities, repeating numbers, dreams that are prophetic in nature, all of that good stuff will be in abundance for you this month to help you navigate from a place of confidence and assurance that you are on your highest and best path, which is really, really beautiful. So let's see what's going on for y'all in March, shall we, Libras? What's going on for Libras in the merry month of March? What is going on? What is going on? Ooh, very good. Oh, I like it. Okay. So we got the Queen of Wands here, which is one of my absolute favorite energies. So the Queen of Wands is brilliant, interestingly enough, in the sense that she is the master of allowing things to come to her. Right? She's really wonderful in that way because she's really seated into the power of her own confidence, right? She knows her worth and she knows that all she has to do to attract what she deserves is to exist. She doesn't doubt her ability to manifest or doubt her worth or really second guess herself at all. So this is a beautiful energy. Now, interestingly enough as well, a synchronicity coming in here. She is the queen of the home and the hearth. And remember how I saw that 4 of Wands for you in the meditation with the turtle energy? So there could be an emphasis around the home for you this month. But also the Wands rule the realm of the actions that we take in regards to work that we love to do and or pursuits, passions that we really, really love and are excited about. So it's interesting that she's coming up here in your primary position. There is an energy moving into this month of March that feels very fiery, that feels very like a coiled snake, I keep saying, where it's that building up of tension before the release. And so I do feel like you guys will be definitely participating in that energy going into this month. And I want to tie that back into the turtle energy, which is all about taking your time getting to where you're going as well, which could be another message in there for you to trust the twists and turns of the road, but also patience and taking your time, right? Something in that for you, for sure. Queen of Wands is a great many things, but she's not the most patient. Kind of a shadow aspect of her could be a lack of patience, right? Wow, 2 for 1. Wow. Double 3. So we have 3 of Swords here with the 3 of Pentacles here. Wow. So 3 is definitely a power number. We are moving into the 3rd month of the year, and that has just been coming up so much in these readings. The 3 of Swords is very much about pain, very much from the past pain, coming in to influence or affect us. Then we have the 3 of Pentacles, which is very much about teamwork, right? I'm getting a very distinct feeling around this. Well, teamwork / craftsmanship. I'm getting a very distinct feeling that there could be times this month when you feel like you are going it alone, that you're on your own, or that you don't have all of the help that you wish you did. And I feel like this is feeding into a certain pain from the past where your expectations weren't met, where you were disappointed in some way. But it feels like, I want to say to you, it feels like kind of just like, be honest and forthright about how you feel, right? To those that it pertains to. Be honest and forthright about how you feel and express your desire to have them on your team, or to engage in better teamwork, whether this is with your coworkers, your family, your partner, your kids, whatever this is. There's an aspect of wanting to be a part of something and operate as a good team and as a part of a greater whole, right? But there's something that's like it's just like 3 of Swords, and then we have these cogs here. And I feel like the swords are getting in the way of the cogs and kind of keeping them from functioning fully. And I feel like there's some healing that wants to happen. This makes sense with the road being twisting and turning and everything else, and your energy for the month. Let's see what else is going on. Let's keep going. What's going on? Right. So we have the 4 of Swords here, which is about rest, relaxation. It's interesting because I saw the 4 of Wands, then breaking down through the middle and then getting to the body of water. And then we have the 4 of Swords here, which is really about taking it easy. It's about resting. It's about allowing yourself to completely power down, not worry about anything, and really allow your mind, body, and spirit to rest. So it's interesting that I was feeling this sense of going it alone, or carrying a little bit more than you feel like you're able, or maybe you even feel like you're carrying your load or your responsibility plus someone else's, or you're just feeling that extra burden. And then we're moving into this place of like rest and peace. So I do feel like it's a passing influence if you just stick with it and keep the faith. There's a certain aspect of judgment inherent in this as well. I feel like there could be some questions around like the choices that you've made or how you go about doing things. Is there a better way? Is there a more enjoyable way? Is there a more energy efficient way? I'm hearing. Queen of Wands. Beautiful. So we have the King of Cups here to clarify the Queen of Wands, and I'm happy to see it. So I feel like this is tempering this energy. So remember I said there is this energy within the Queen of Wands that could be very fiery, very like wanting to move, take action, impatient even. It's interesting how it's coming up with the King of Cups, which is all about emotional balance, equilibrium, emotional intelligence. Why do I feel like with this King of Cups and this Queen of Wands, because this, again, this deals with matters of the home, right? And self-confidence. Why do I feel like you are carrying a lot of the load or weight, or you are the one who is taking the high road regarding something? Why do I feel like you're taking the high road? Why do I feel like you are signing up for things or taking on things that maybe could be dispersed to more of a team effort, or maybe you're not getting paid for, or maybe you're not thanked for, or whatever this is? There's something about this that's saying like, hey, can we take another look at this? It feels like you're taking on a little extra than what is yours. But I feel like on the light side of this, with the King of Cups and the Queen of Wands, there is a feeling of love of what you do. So this could be love of family, love of the unit that you're in, or loving the work that you do so that it feels worth it at the same time. You're able to move throughout the ebbs and flows with a little bit more ease. 3 of Pentacles, 3 of Swords. Beautiful. Ace of Cups to clarify the 3 of Swords and the 3 of Pentacles. So what's really brilliant about this is that the Ace of Cups is very much about great love, big hope. It's a fresh, brand new start around something, but it's also about self-care. This is also treating yourself very well. This is also understanding that you really can't be there for others to your fullest capacity unless you are first there for yourself. It feels like there's something in your world, because I keep seeing the turtle like turned upside down. I feel like there's something in your world or experience that feels a bit upside down, or just feels a bit intense. And I'm hearing to just cool it down with some water, because we got the King of Cups here to cool down the Queen of Wands. And then we have this big old overflowing Ace of Cups to cool down this 3 of Pentacles with the 3 of Swords. I'm also hearing a very special message around letting the past go. Let the past go and come from love. Let the past go, let it flow. That's what I'm hearing. You know, if there's anything in your environment, whether this is work, personal, how you deal with in and of yourself, whatever it is, if there's something that feels imbalanced, speak up about it and see to it. It feels incredibly important to do so. Don't sit on it. Don't allow resentment to build, or don't, if you're you know, this is resonating from the perspective of like, yeah, I feel like I'm taking on a bit more than I can handle or that I should have to deal with, you know, say something. This may even be you confiding to, you know, a trusted friend or family member, or colleague or partner about how you really feel inside. It really feels important that you allow yourself the gift of that, right? It feels really important. Also, by doing that, it also incentivizes and frees others up to confide in you as well, right? So it's reciprocal. It's an energy, a love energy that gives in and of itself, right? All right, Four of Swords. Let's see what's going on here. Four of Swords. Four of Swords with the King of Swords. So here we have the King of high discernment and perspective, right? This beautiful eagle energy here sees all but says very little. That's the King of Swords. Sees everything, doesn't say very much. I feel like you are being asked to, or throughout the course of this month, you're going to be led to assume this position of the Four of Swords so that you can realign your perspective and better see all of the options at your disposal and how to maximize efficiency, maximize reciprocity, maximize joy, maximize. So it feels like you're really thinking in terms of like problem solving. How can I just shift this? How can I give more to this? How can I promote this? How can I satisfy this need, a requirement, a request? There's something about really getting your house in order, so to speak, that comes as a result of being still, of assuming the stillness position. Sometimes just allowing yourself to reboot and be completely shut down. Think about a phone or a computer, right? It starts to get glitchy if you don't turn it all the way off every now and again, right? And then when you fire it back up, it's like better than it was before. That's what I'm getting here with the Four of Swords and the King of Swords. You're being asked to allow yourself to power all the way down so that you can, and this can be like a day. This can be, you know, a week. This can be whatever time feels right for you, but allowing yourself to power down so that you can gain clarity. Because I'm telling you, the answers really do lie in the stillness. The answers lie in the stillness. It's so true. Let's go ahead and get an oracle for y'all. I'm feeling like this one. Yes, Libras, it feels intense. It is an intense energy, but it does feel like it's welcoming you and inviting you to, you know, realign yourself in a way that is going to better serve you and those you care about. The Arrow Master. This is perfect. The Arrow Master, hitting the mark, intention, detachment. Hitting the mark, intention, detachment. Now, what's really interesting about this is that we have the King of Swords here, which is very much about detachment, right? You know, when we talk about down to like the sword and the arrow, it's really interesting, right? You know, I feel like for you guys, there is this source of like streamlined clarity that is a desire of yours this month, but it's really interesting because the Arrow Master, hitting the mark, intention, detachment. An arrow goes forward in one direction to hit its mark, right? But in the meditation, I saw you guys going along this like winding, twisty path road where you ended up in a different place that you were happy about, but it was a bit topsy-turvy and upside down and different than how you thought it would be. So what I'm getting with this is understand that all that you can do is all that you can do. The best that you can do, right, is do your best. And if at the end of the day, you can think about your day and go, did I do the best that I could? Yes. Then go to sleep. And if not, how could I do that differently tomorrow? Okay, cool. And then go to sleep, right? But I feel like there's this very distinct energy with the Arrow Master of understanding that you are exactly where you're meant to be, right? And the clarity will come through for you whenever you feel like you're a bit lost or you need it, through signs, synchronicity, symbols, repeating numbers, all of that good stuff, through intuitive insights and self-care, and in the stillness, right? Look at these two moons. See the moon here and then see the moon here. There's something here about powering down and really connecting into your subconscious, either through your dream time state or through active meditation. But this feels incredibly important. I feel like the answers that you seek, the clarity that you seek, the feel goods that you well deserve lie within your own energy of stillness, contemplation, and just allowing yourself to just power all the way down. I feel like that's the key for you here, because it does feel a bit intense and like there's a lot going on and a bit frenetic. And I'm just hearing for you guys, there is an easier path like through the month of March for you. And you're really being asked to work with and for yourself in terms of asking for help when and as you need it, voice how you really feel, engage in some real self-care, and know that you will hit your mark. It just may not come, remember detachment, it may not come in the manner in which you think it will. It may not hit the mark that you were aiming for, or it may hit the mark at a different time in which you would have thought. But this is in your energy, and you will hit your highest and best mark, even if it looks a little different than what you thought it would make ultimately, right? But you absolutely got this, Libras. You absolutely got this. This is a very auspicious oracle to end on, right? It's just saying you're on your highest and best path. Just trust it, right?